Cześć everyone, my name is Anita Bulikowska.
And my name is Ania Siemiączko and we are your local foreigners.
You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, and you can find us at Your Local Foreigners on Instagram. If you like this show, please share your love, subscribe, rate, review, and share it with your friends.
In this episode, we talk to you about Christmas and everything to do with Christmas in the UK. So we cover pantomime, Christmas puddings, Christmas dinners, Christmas adverts and songs. And we had so much fun recording this episode and I hope that you'll enjoy it too.
Are you either in or
I'm
not for it?
In the inn, but not like crazy in. Like I don't live for Christmas. I don't like wait the entire year just for Christmas. But I love December. That is definitely the highlight of winter for me. I love Christmas parties and just the general spirit of December and Christmas. But I'm definitely not the one, fervently shopping for Christmas things and just listening to Christmas songs on a loop for a month. That's not me.
Yeah, and I'm not one of those people either. And I like to, I kind of like to have the essence of Christmas. That's why I don't like dragging it out. So like Christmas shopping starts really early.
Yeah.
Like, I remember.
I think everyone hates that though. Surely.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure there are people. Like yesterday, I visited my friends and I walked in and there was a Christmas tree on the table. So
oh wow, that's early because we're recording this in end of November, so it's not December yet when we're recording this. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit,
But so they are flat sharing. So they said that they had to stop the girl who did it from, putting up the Christmas decorations. They waited till at least the end of November to let her do it. So already so there you can see the division.
So she's definitely one of the super in people.
Yeah, super in. So I can imagine that. I don't know, but I'm guessing that she probably loves, hearing Christmas songs in November. And
I mean, I've worked with people like that, and they were all lovely people, but they were definitely very much into Christmas as a thing, and they lived for it. And actually, from beginning of November onwards, that's all they did was just to listen to Christmas songs and just reliving the Christmas films and talk about the Christmas stuff, because there's so many Christmas things that you can get involved with, right? So
exactly, and this is precisely what we want to talk about today: the Christmas traditions and Christmas, the different ways of spending Christmas. And I think this episode might be particularly interesting for our British audience, which I hope we have, because the thing is that when I was growing up in Poland, my family celebrated Christmas every year with lots of different traditions. But for many years, I didn't realize that we had such strong culture around Christmas until I moved out.
That's
and
true.
I moved to Britain.
Yeah.
And in my early 20s, I first... it was the first time that I spent Christmas with British family in Britain, and I was like, "Whoa,
I was going
this
to
is
ask
so
you,
different." Right?
How many Christmases have you spent here? Because I guess will be the experience of many of our foreign listeners. That constant struggle between, and well, not struggle, but maybe just like hard time of kind of navigating going back home for Christmas and then having to spend Christmas in the UK and experiencing that. Many maybe for the first time this winter, or many who are listening who have already spent Christmas without their family and maybe with partner's family or friends. Yeah. So how many times have you spent Christmas in the UK?
Not many times, only a few, because I would say, if I was to guess, I would say maybe twice or three times, maybe more, because
that's okay. That's a lot out of 10.
But it's
out of 10 years.
So yeah, I would always try and spend at least part of Christmas at home. There was, I think, only one time, maybe twice, when I didn't spend Christmas at home at all.
Right. Okay.
But the rest of the time, I tried to divide it. So I would spend either the first part of Christmas here and then go to Poland, or the other way around. So I definitely have experienced Christmas a few times here in Britain, but it was either like around this, like for me the key time is between like the 24th and the 26th, and then it's after Christmas.
That's true. That's a dead zone.
Like
Christmas,
now you're just waiting for the last party, and then
January exactly. The doom.
So a few times, but in a different format. How about you?
Only once.
Only once.
And I'm spending Christmas in the UK this year as well. So it's going to be my second time.
Okay.
So it was definitely like a unique, beautiful experience, but very different to Christmas back home.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I did love it. Like, not that I didn't I don't like Polish Christmas, because I love Polish Christmas, but it was British Christmas has this unique vibe to it that you kind of get involved with, and I don't know, it's really, really fun and lovely in its own unique way.
But did you have the same feeling of like almost being surprised that spending Christmas in a different country is so different? And I know now I say it sounds so naive, but the thing is that like when you're so close to something or to your own culture, until you have a different perspective on it, you don't even realize that you had a culture. So that's what it was for me with Christmas.
Okay, definitely.
I thought for many years that like there's no specific Christmas traditions in Poland, and then when I came here and I saw how the British celebrate Christmas, I was like, oh my god, you have such different way of thinking and going about Christmas. Do you have the same thing?
I mean, I guess I was always aware of how traditional our Christmases are, but not in a kind of just how many traditions we have. But I guess I expected as many but different ones, say in the UK, but it doesn't seem to be that many. It's much more. It's not really about navigating your way around different traditions and being faithful to them and being really detailed with those. I think it's much more relaxed and much more just fun. It's less specific, I think. Say Christmas dinner in the UK, I don't know if that is that much different than any Sunday roast night, for example.
I see, like, and I would argue that it is.
Okay.
Yeah, for me it was very. I can see that there are similarities between the Sunday roast and Christmas dinner, because you eat a piece of roasted meat and then with some
potatoes and
so like in terms of the food, it's similar. But for example, I mean, Christmas crackers. Christmas crackers and the little crowns that you put on.
I know,
like the game.
I introduced that to my Polish family now.
Did you?
Yeah.
They went for it?
Yeah, they loved it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's just a fun little, but it's not really like, it is tradition, but it's not like a serious tradition when you kind of, I don't know, maybe because like Polish Christmas is generally very serious. Like everything's serious in Poland.
As in, you mean like it's like the traditions are very prescripted. Like there are certain things that you must have.
You must do them properly. Like you can't mess about with putting hay on the table, for example, or I don't know, like little cheeses as well. It's there as well.
Cheeses?
No, cheeses, like a figure of cheeses. Do you have a figure of
cheeses?
Oh,
Jesus! I thought you said cheeses. Cheese. Who eats
there we
cheese?
Go. We're confused by our own accents. Oh, I love that. So no cheese. There's no cheese on the
There's
Christmas
just Jesus made of cheese. Imagine like a little figurine of Jesus made out of cheddar cheese.
Would eat it. No one actually in Poland would eat it.
But I think that would be beautiful, like amalgamate of the Polish religion and the British culture. Cheddar.
That could be actually cheese is made of cheddar. So if anyone wants
like,
to start
no
that
offense
business,
to anybody who's Christian or Catholic, anyway.
But then cheese's figures are made of different things, so
I still hear Jesus.
we need to, I don't know, help ourselves with pronunciation help of Jesus. Maybe we have to say Jesus Christ to kind of take veer away from Jesus. Anyway,
yeah, back to crackers.
Back to crackers. I don't know, we wandered into the.
I think the crackers are very strong Christmas tradition in Britain. Have you ever been to? You must have been to many Christmas parties, right, in Britain? And I think Christmas party, in a sense, is also.
Yeah, Christmas
British,
party is very
right?
British. Yeah, it's brilliant. Such a brilliant tradition. Mm-hmm. Not many, but haven't we had like many like full-time jobs in terms of like proper office jobs?
If you have a job, going,
it's true,
please.
Though, if you haven't got like a proper job, because it's also like.
You're just excluded from any Christmas party.
You are. Like, say, I'm freelancing right now, and yes, we'll have some kind of office party, but it's more like an office party, right? And I haven't got any problem with it, by the way, if anyone's listening. I take any party. It's fun and fine. But, like, if you have a proper, like, office, then you have a proper Christmas party. And only experienced that twice. Because that's how long I stayed in an office job.
I really hope that your boss is not going to be listening to this episode. I never stick around for long. I always leave before the Christmas party comes.
Yeah, so another Christmas party and I'm out. No, I'm really not. So yeah, but Christmas parties are the hit. They're really fun, and everyone loves them, and everyone gets really drunk and has fun. But where are crackers is Christmas parties? Because crackers are table tradition, aren't they?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, Christmas parties. I think I've only been to 2 as well. Maybe even 1. I think I've only been to 1, even though I have had a full-time job.
You just got yourself out of those Christmas parties.
Yeah, for many years.
Wow.
I was like, no way, I'm not going to a Christmas party. Seriously, I didn't understand the hype around. I know, but I have a very specific take on parties in general, which I'm not going to go into the detail of now.
That's another episode.
Yeah. But for many years, I just didn't find that option appealing. So I always tried to mix myself out of the Christmas parties. It was...
Why was not appealing about the Christmas party?
Like, having to speak to many people at once.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like...
drink free alcohol.
But I don't drink that much anymore.
That's exactly.
And like I always get such bad hangovers that for me, I already think like when I go to a party, big party, and there's going to be loads of booze, I'm already thinking of the next morning.
Okay.
I just don't deal well with alcohol, and especially too much of alcohol.
I guess Christmas party is not fun for anyone who doesn't drink. Let's be honest, because it's all about Christmas office parties are all about getting drunk for free.
I guess, but to that, I wanted to add that the one Christmas party that I have been to was one of the best parties I have ever been to. Exactly. And I was like, shit, maybe I was totally wrong about this Christmas party malarkey because I enjoyed myself so much. Okay, I did get drunk a little bit, and maybe I wasn't feeling that well the day after.
It was worth it because it was still the best party of your life. Look at that.
It was, but it was like it was a massive party. You know,
they had crackers.
And this is what I'm trying to figure out now. And I think they might have had some crackers lying around. Maybe it wasn't like the official, okay, now all 500 people, please pull the cracker. But I think there must have been an element of a cracker somewhere. I'm pretty sure that they were available.
Element of cracker somewhere. There's some crackers available.
Yeah. But nice. I think that... Well, I love dancing. So I love the party because there was a proper dance floor. So I just...
The Christmas songs.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. I'm just checking off the Christmas things on that list of Christmas parties.
And it was so good because it was this... Oh my God, I'm getting so passionate about this. But it was definitely the best party I've ever been to. Like the theme
How
was
dare you? I've invited you to so many of my parties. I'm just saying.
Oh, actually, yeah, we did have, but I'm talking about this like massive party, you know,
Okay.
like a massive.
Okay, I'm
event.
taking notes. I'll organize. I'll top this one day.
And the theme was like I think it was like a ski log. Log, is that the?
I'm not sure actually. Isn't log like piece of wood?
Lodge. That's
Lodge.
Oh my god, I've done this before. Actually, this is really funny because you know the Christmas cake called Christmas
Yule?
No, I think it's like
is it-
Christmas log.
Okay.
Or like
Well, like a swirly one.
Yeah,
It's like swirls in the. Yeah.
And then we had Christmas cake sale once, and I was like participating in getting it ready.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said to me, "Can you please put the stickers, like like little labels on the cakes, so when
Okay.
people come, they can see like this is the mince pies and this is something else."
Right.
So I wrote Christmas Lodge.
Oh, that
And
could be.
everybody.
It could be worse though. I thought you would kind of say Christmas bog or something. That'd be like.
No,
that'd be...
Apparently, everybody was confused, and they were a little bit confused. They were like, "But this is a Christmas log." But then I received feedback that people thought that it was intentional, and it was like a clever take on Christmas log, but it's lodge
You should have
instead.
just gone and run with that.
I know, but I couldn't. Like the pressure was too much. So I'm so particular about language, and whenever I make a mistake, I'm so embarrassed. So like the embarrassment took over, and
I think Christmas Lodge might be the next thing now for
Christmas
Christmas
Lodge.
2019.
I think
I might actually maybe bake myself a Christmas Lodge just to celebrate this, so this never dies.
oh my god. Yeah.
On cake though,
Yeah.
because you touched upon a few there.
Mm-hmm.
Bizarre little creations that we get confused by as foreigners.
Oh my god.
Christmas pudding and
Right.
Christmas mince pies.
Mince pies. Right. Okay.
Again, love or hate thing.
What was the first thing that you thought of when you heard the term mince pies?
Meat.
Me
Obviously.
too.
But you know,
Why is it mince?
I've got a funny story.
Okay.
It's a very foreign story. When I was working in the cinema and we were selling mince pies, and I knew what they were, but then I still get confused because I don't even care about them. They're awful. Sorry, everyone.
No, I'm in the same team.
A bizarre little thing. I don't know why everyone kind of has them just because they're there and you're supposed to have them, but I don't know if anyone even finishes them. Anyway, there was we were selling mince pies, but also we were selling pies, like traditional British pies, like meaty pies, pork pies, I guess, right? So
Like mince pies
yeah,
with mince,
right?
Exactly.
Exactly. It's just why we very. I mean, naming things in Britain is another conversation because so many things just don't make any sense. But so this girl ordered mince pie, and in my head, I just saw a pork pie, and I was like, "This is it." So I gave her the pork pie, and she looked really confused. But I was so confident, right, that it's the mince pie. She was going to a film as well, so like once she was in, she was stuck with that pie for 2 hours, right? I think she ordered
In
like
the dark,
yeah,
thinking that she's about
she
to
had
eat the dessert.
with her mulled wine. Honestly. And then but she came back just like a second after she ordered and just asked me if I was sure that this is a mince pie. And I looked her in the eye and said, I'm absolutely sure this is a mince pie.
God.
And it really wasn't. And then you realised after she left, no. And I felt pretty bad because I don't think pork pie goes so well with mulled wine. But then maybe it does. Maybe she enjoyed it. Or maybe she was a vegetarian and I really ruined her evening. So,
But like, I must imagine that she was, because mince pies are quite small and pies with meat inside are quite large.
yeah, that was my top foreign moment, I think. One of the...
She must have been like, this is the largest mince pie I've ever seen in my life.
I know. Yeah, poor
so
girl.
Funny. So what about Christmas pudding?
That's
are
even
you
worse.
a fan? No,
definitely not. That is just.
Do you know how it's made?
Is it just like dried fruit? No,
I
it's
don't know
not.
if I want to tell you.
Oh wow! No, I want to know. Or maybe
No.
like there's more of our listeners that don't know, like me after 10 years. And
No, I guess it is mostly dried fruit with some alcohol in it.
Okay.
But the thing that just that spoiled it for me totally was when it was in good faith. The story was told in a good faith and with good intentions, but my friend's mum told me that when she used to make the Christmas pudding, she would like start making it a month before Christmas. I mean,
okay.
if you do something for like if you brew something for a month, okay, fair enough, it contains alcohol. But to me, just like the image of mold just appeared in my head, and I was like, so like this is like this fermented kind of like semi-moldy thing that you then, like you boil it as well, like boiled dried infused with alcohol fruit. I mean, and then you set it on fire in the end, and you pour cream over it. Yeah.
Oh,
you
wow.
do.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
saw
that.
Jamie Oliver doing it.
That must be right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm guessing that this is just one way of making it, because it took Jamie Oliver a 4-minute video to make his Christmas pudding. So you can either take a month or 4 minutes.
Right.
But just that story, like when
it kind of sounds like it tastes like. Like it sounds like it will, it sounds horrible and tastes horrible. I mean, expectations are not high when you hear that story.
No, exactly. I quite liked Christmas pudding before I heard that story. Yeah.
So it's just,
it's
one of a psychological trick.
Yeah. It's like, there's so many disgusting foods that are delicious until you find out how they are made or what they are made of. And then you're like, oh... that was unnecessary.
Yeah, okay. No, I mean that hasn't changed anything for me, because I just never. I could never get through more than 2 spoons.
It's very rich, isn't it? And obviously, for you, it's not very palatable in the first place, right? So
yeah, no. Yeah. So the 2 of them are just, which is a shame, because it's like top, very British snacks, and I do applaud them, and I think they should, may they live long and continue on British tables, but it's something that just I'm not going to participate in.
Yeah, not to my taste either. What did you enjoy participating in during Christmas?
Chocolate and drinking. And actually just that kind of really chilled vibe that I lack well in my home, but I think generally because in my head Christmas is very serious, and filled, it's connected to the church, it's connected to very traditional, a very kind of specific set of traditions of very specific dishes that have to be done in a certain way, served at a certain time, etc., etc. So there's a lot of things to that, and it's lovely in its own way. But I love that, say, on Christmas Eve, we all went to the pub and drank all evening and sung Christmas songs and not Christmas songs, and the pub was filled with people, and there was that joy in the air, that authentic happiness. It was such a great vibe. And that was my first Christmas Eve in Britain, and I loved it so much. And I had that kind of almost like dissonance of, should I be doing this? Because there's a small town Polish person always hiding inside me, thinking, wow, this is just so different. Like I should be, not even drinking, because I don't know if Polish people drink in a non-religious homes on Christmas Eve, because everyone drinks on Christmas Day, but no one drinks on Christmas Eve. At least in my family, no one does.
Seriously? But what about the Christmas Eve mass at midnight?
Oh yeah,
pasterka.
Yeah. But in my family, no one ever drank. So everyone's like,
oh, okay,
yeah. But people do turn up
people
drunk.
People come pissed to church for like Christmas.
Yeah,
it's so ironic.
That,
it's so funny. Yeah, like I'm also. I think I've been maybe once to that, But yeah, I think alcohol is present.
And like really Christmassy alcohol as well. So that's when you can have like Baileys, if that's your thing. And that's very British, and that's I used to love it. Now I think it's too sweet, but I think I do like support Baileys. Like I'm on that side. Support it. I fully endorse foreign endorsement of Baileys. Port. That's another Christmassy drink.
Is it? Oh, I didn't know.
I think so. Maybe it's like sweet and heavier. And mulled wine in the UK, and then mulled beer and wine in Poland. But also there's mulled cider in the UK as well.
Yeah, that's lovely. I really like that about Christmas here. And I totally agree with what you said earlier about that friendly atmosphere and like connecting with. I feel like Christmas in the UK is not so much. It's very much about family coming together and reconnecting, but it's also it extends to your neighbors, your friends, and other people, and I really love that. I was really impressed when I found out that, and I'm not sure whether this is common across the UK or maybe it was just particular to that family. But my ex, so yes, I'm saying hello by the way. My ex used to go out with his friends on the 20. Because they have days like messed up here, not messed up, but like it's different, right? Like Christmas here starts on 25th, right? That's the most important. That's the Christmas day. Yeah. So I think either the day before or the day after Christmas, I don't know. One of the days in Christmas was for friends. So they would meet up with friends, go to pub, and they would always have like Christmas dinner during Christmas, but that was dedicated to friends. And I thought this is such a lovely tradition, like not closing yourself
just
inside your family, but just extend the love. And like you said, when you go to pub, I also I think only once I went out with my my ex's family to a pub during Christmas, and I'm actually not a big fan of pubs. I was just about to say how pubs are just one of the most wonderful things in the UK. No.
Like number one, absolute institution, and how it's nice to go to the.
No, it's I don't like it.
You might get kicked out of this country for this.
I know.
Now it's on tape.
Bye, British citizenship. Just not a fan. Sorry. I get it. Like, I get it in theory.
I feel like personally heard. So I feel like our British listeners might be in shock right now. If you're in shock right now, take a deep breath. She's a nice person.
I am. I need to
like her.
But this is a big weight off my shoulders. I'm glad I finally said it.
Wow, like 7 episodes.
Oh my god, like
7 episodes in or 8. Can't remember where we are. Wow. Yeah, that's. No, I'm glad you've shared this information with us, because now I feel like collectively, me and our listeners can process that and move on.
Yes, truth is always better. I tell you. Yeah. So we shared this. I'm not a fan of pubs. However, I did enjoy going to Christmas dinner to that pub then. So, and it was because of that atmosphere of, everybody was so like jolly and a little bit tipsy, but not, too tipsy. It was lovely. I really like that. I think it's something that other cultures could potentially adopt in their Christmases. It's fantastic to connect with your family during Christmas. Yeah. But I think it's even better to connect with more people.
Yeah, I think Britain kind of combines those two things really well. Whereas I would describe Polish Christmas as lovely and cozy and family based, and these are all really positive things. I feel like British Christmas is that, plus it's also fun. Yeah, like it has all the elements of loveliness and coziness and being with family and being with friends, which is a major thing as well, and that's something personally I would love to incorporate into my personal traditions later in life. But it's also really fun, And I think that fun element is kind of missing from Polish Christmas. Like, it's nice. It's super nice. Really struggling to find words other than nice and lovely. But it's not so fun.
I now get what you mean. Now that we've talked about it a little bit more, I think I would agree with you that Polish Christmas is just a little bit
like
serious and
which is a bit like
prescripted.
Yeah, uptight a little.
Another thing that on the topic of fun that I love about Christmas in Britain is board games. And playing games during Christmas.
That's a proper thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you done that with Julie's family? It's such a brilliant idea to introduce a bit more fun. Everybody is laughing unless there are some competitive people like my dad. and
he's not laughing. He just wants to win.
He just wants to win. And it's, just, you don't even need to talk because that's another thing about...
That's the aim of Christmas, not to talk to your family. If you can get through it without talking to your family... You must admit it.
Sometimes it's difficult, isn't it?
Oh, 100%.
Right.
No, I'm not like mocking it. I find it funny, but I think it's absolutely true. And whatever gets you through it, guys, use it.
Yeah, and board games is just a fantastic way of doing that. I introduced board games to my family. No, it wasn't even board games. It was games. So I just came up with a few games. Like the best one was picking up a piece of cotton pad with your nose. So you put a bit of Vaseline. Is that what you call it? Vaseline?
I think so.
Yeah, the lip balm basically on your nose. And then you pick up a piece of cotton pad and with your nose, tip of your nose, and you try to transfer it to the next bowl. And the person who transfers the biggest amount of cotton pads to the next bowl using their nose wins.
Is there a shortage of board games in the east of Poland that we don't know about?
I have seriously, I have in my home, because there's no culture of playing board games, there is one board game, Monopoly, which is like a Polish version of Monopoly as well. There's Huta and airplanes and I don't know, there's a weird version of Monopoly. So there's no board game, so I had to come up with...
that is really admirable, and I think that sounds...
Creativity, eh?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm going to try the cotton game.
Please, everyone, I encourage you to try this game. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. I was bursting. I could not. My belly was hurting so much. When you see your dad with a cotton pad attached to his nose, trying to, get it off and trying to do it as quickly as possible as well.
So is it how many cotton pads do you get across?
Across, yeah.
In how long? You've got
a minute. You've got a minute, and then how many cotton pads will you transfer from the first bowl to the other?
Right.
And the cotton pads just stick to everything, that's covered with Vaseline. It's so much fun. So that was the point. Sorry, I've diverted. Let's get back to Christmas. So I introduced a set of different games. It was just after Christmas. I think it was actually New Year's Eve that we played it. It was the best New Year's Eve that I had with my family.
Oh.
Thanks to playing games together and cotton pads and Vaseline.
I've just thought about a Christmas version of that, and we could utilize mince pies because they're too just to eat. You could stick your nose in a mince pie and just transfer mince pie onto a jar, and whoever gets using your nose.
Yes,
and
that's a good one.
The biggest amount of mince pies in a jar win. Then you don't have to eat them. But you still utilize them.
Yeah, who destroys the biggest amount of mince pies?
Yeah.
With their
or
nose.
throw something in a Christmas pudding, like a bowl. And whoever...
Or smash Christmas pudding on your least favourite family's member's face.
Yeah.
By the way, this chair is so... if you hear this sound, this is the chair I'm sitting on.
It's a very stylish chair, though.
Yeah, uncomfortable though. It's such an impractical chair. I wish I was sitting where you're sitting, but you may get so
late now.
Yeah, so I love Christmas. in Britain.
Yeah, me too. I'm a big fan.
Mm.
And then Christmas songs.
Christmas songs.
What's your favorite Christmas song?
I'm not very good with titles. What was the song that we actually? So yeah, it's end of November. We're recording this, and
today we had first day of Christmas.
Yes, because before Anya came, I put on Christmas playlist, and it was the one song. I think "Coming Home for Christmas."
Okay, that's a good one.
Chris
Ria?
Yeah.
Chris Ria.
And there is one song, it's actually quite sad. It's and by the way, like, I don't know whether this is British or American but I listened to it when I was spending Christmas when I was a child in the Czech Republic. And for some reason, like, we went sledge, like, you know, when you go down on a hill on a sledging? Sledding?
Maybe. Let's go with sledging.
Sledging. If we're coming up, if this is a new word.
We basically mean like skis on your bum.
Yeah.
Like a little sledge. I think it is a sledge.
Sledge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you go sledging? Like, you have skis and you go skiing. So
I have no
sledging.
idea. I would go with...
It wouldn't make sense.
Sledging. Yeah,
if it's not sledging, it does not make sense. I'll tell you now. It must be sledging. So we went sledging.
Let's keep it, yeah.
And we recorded it when we were going there in the car. And because we recorded it and we've got it on camera and that song was on.
That's so special.
Yeah.
So what's the song?
Always...
Coming home for Christmas.
It's a different song. It is a Christmas song, but it's like when you listen to the words, I remember it being quite sad, but I have very happy association with it because of that moment, because it was a beautiful moment. It's like something about angel, maybe. Oh God, I don't know. And the devil, and not very Christmassy.
No, it sounds serious and dramatic.
Yeah. What's yours?
Well, my favourite Christmas song is the one you hate the most.
Oh, that one.
It's covered today.
Oh, I was hoping that you would change your mind.
I will never change my mind. It's just absolutely shocking. So we were listening to the Christmas songs today, and the Pogues come on, and then Anita goes, "I need to skip the song because I hate this song so much," which I'd never known before. So my reaction is, "This is my favourite Christmas song. Don't you dare turn it off." So that's my favourite song, and also because there's so many memories that I have with that song. And
what's the name of this song?
Fairy Tale of New York.
Fairy Tale of New York. How is that even a Christmas song? Is it about anything to do with Christmas?
Yes. Because if you listen to the lyrics,
I didn't even bother listening to
heart-wrenching. They're just beautiful, super romantic in that Irish gutsy feel. Yes.
That does not sound romantic to me at all. The way they sing. Have you heard them sing?
You do not deserve to have this conversation. Do you know why? Because you haven't read the lyrics or listened to the lyrics. So if you listen to the lyrics, then we can debate the meaning of the song. Because it's actually a beautiful, beautiful song in terms of like big Christmas romance and big love. And
maybe semantically it is romantic. It just doesn't sound like the way they sing. It's just like, I don't know, it opens up some weird...
Yeah, it's raw and beautiful.
Okay.
It's not...
It's just Irish romance.
Polished.
Irish version of romance.
I am not participating in this mocking of my favourite Christmas song.
Yeah, I'm probably making enemies for myself now, so maybe let's back
you already don't like the pub, so I'll be very careful what you're saying today for the rest of this episode. And
I'm like, minus 100 points.
Yeah, the big time now. And the David Bowie I'm gonna just be googling this because I want to.
Actually?
Bing Crosby. I don't think we have the rights to play it on the.
Oh, is it like seriously? Is it like that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that
could
would
you
be.
Get someone who knows at least a little about
producing. Little Drummer Boy, Peace on Earth and it's a lovely little video, and David Bowie just comes in, like knocks on the door, and Bing Crosby lets him in, and then they go to the piano and they start singing together. And if you
that sounds Christmassy, yes.
Yeah, and it's that.
I'm so sorry. This is actually the first time that I'm seeing you a little bit pissed off.
We will take it outside after this, but yes. But on first glance, it is. And there's also, I think, Little Drummer Boy is an old English Christmas song, hymn song, like a traditional one. So I think it's kind of the reinvention of that song. So maybe that's why it feels even more Christmassy, because it's an actual Christmas traditional song, just sung by Bing Crosby and David Bowie.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just absolutely beautiful, and obviously David Bowie is my just favorite person to have ever lived. So you know, that's special. So those two songs are definitely my top two. But there's so many more, and Christmas records, or even things that I would listen to during Christmas or around that time. Any music, say, that makes you, you know, the winter makes you listen to Christmas. That's not that's not Mariah Carey or anything like Wham.
Oh, you're asking me a question. What is that? Sorry, I was listening, but I missed the question mark. I like listening to jazz. Like, I don't like jazz normally, but during Christmas, I think that's another kind of British thing to turn to jazz for the Christmas months. Yeah, because there's so many of them. The Christmas period, I was meant to say.
Yeah.
So jazz, like, those jazzy vibes, and I don't know. Who is this guy? He's always like, you know, like very mellow, romantic songs. A little bit
so many.
I know. It will come to me. I've forgotten his name now, but I really like his songs. See, like, I genuinely.
Sorry, I
like
put you on the
this.
spot there, and I shouldn't. Because do you know why I put you on the spot? Because I already have the
because
answer.
You have the answer. Okay. Let me ask the question. So what are?
And it's not really fair, because it's one of those things when you really think, you have to really kind of think about it to kind of, you know, to dig deeper into your memories of Christmas and stuff that you listen to. I mean, loads, but bands like, say, Beach House, I only pretty much listen to in winter. Grizzly Bear, basically that kind of Americana howling sort of guitar-y sound, because it's just that slow and mellow and cozy, and also it's memories as well. So like, say, Beach House, I remember listening to Beach House 10 years ago.
Beach House?
Yes. I mean, you make me doubt it now.
No, I'm just thinking
Beach how Christmassy.
When I imagine the beach house, as in
Beach House,
I imagine the beach, like a beach.
Okay,
sunset on the beach, and then house music.
You imagine wrong. It's nothing to do with beach or house music.
It's called Beach House.
Oh my god!
Is it a band, or is
Actually,
it?
if I Google
You've
this,
even
it comes up
googled it
with
that
a
it's
pool.
a swimming pool.
But
how is that Christmas?
Beach
House used.
Okay, because I didn't.
That's what she's just googled.
I've just googled that because I wanted to find a song that is one of my favorite songs in the winter time, which is called "We Used to Be" by Beach House, which has nothing to do with the pool. Goodness, this is hard work. Beach House,
but is
a band.
That's a band. I was thinking of the genre, like the house music.
Oh no!
Like tropical house.
Okay, if that's your thing during winter, Beach House is not. Okay. Beach House is a band that I listen to in winter. It's not a genre of music. They have nothing to do with the beach or house genre.
Oh, you really cracked me up now.
So anyway, back to my cozy wintry memory, far away from any beach.
Pool.
I'm just going to close this tab. Okay, now, not to distract you with summer. We talked about summer. It's long gone now. It's not coming back soon. No, sitting like at home and then listening to like sad howling Americana music. That's
sad howling.
Yeah, that's what you want to listen to in winter, like sad, nostalgic, like, you know, slow guitars. Same with a Grizzly Bear. That's a more wintry title. You're more happy with that?
Yes.
Right?
Is that a band? Or
yes.
is that a song?
Yeah.
Okay, a band.
Grizzly Bear. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's very wintry sounding already.
I'm actually gonna Google Christmas songs to find out who my Christmas song favorites are. Because you've really thought about this.
Sufjan Stevens, My Ultimate Christmas Treat. And he's got a winter album.
Yeah, I know this guy.
Yeah, and then, his Illinois. I think I listen to Illinois I start listening to Illinois in December and I stop in January. That's my December album.
Oh.
And it's just got that jingles, that chamber sound and this very delicate sound. And you kind of almost... It's the sound that makes you bury yourself in a blanket with a nice hot chocolate, and that's just slow music. I mean, when someone plays tropical house music in winter, I think that's just... It's like... I don't know, it's almost like a dissonance. That's like tearing me apart slightly, because I'm just kind of think like this music makes me want to be somewhere where I'm not, and and feel something that I'm not feeling. Because all I am is just cozy and quiet and gentle and
and actually I know that I have been taking the mic in the last few minutes, but I do think it's admirable and very good to like prime yourself for winter and for the slower months and for Christmas and have that slow transition into that period, which is very different from the summer, and the energy is very different, and we talked about it even before we recorded this podcast. It's a good time to slow down and reflect, and priming yourself for that with music is a good way.
So have you found any Christmas songs that you were googling just now?
There's many, and like Michael Bublé.
Are you kidding me right now? Oh God!
Hey,
okay, why did I ask?
You listen to Tropical House.
Why did I ask that question?
I like him. You don't like him?
No.
Well, because too commercial, or why? What's not to like about Michael Bublé?
He's just too nice.
Obvious. Well, what's not nice about being nice?
No,
you're nice.
No, I'm not nice. Don't call me nice, so ever. I'm insulting.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna... Do you know what? Actually, I should not be saying... He's fine. That's my final answer. He's okay.
He's okay?
He's not my...
But are you saying this just because you don't want to hurt me? Or you've actually thought
everyone
about
else. No, but to be honest though, because I think I have this conversation with my boyfriend, and I think he actually didn't mind Michael Bublé. I don't want to say anything more because I don't exactly remember what his stance is. So I don't want to just now make it public because I haven't confirmed this with him. And then he was kind of just being like, man, commercial Christmas songs, man.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think I actually ever listened to anything properly. So I should not be that person and judge Michael Bublé just by my image of Michael Bublé in the media. Maybe the songs are perfectly lovely, and then he's a lovely guy, and that's why I'm retracting from my usual, jump to conclusion self.
When I listen to his songs, I don't necessarily focus on Michael Bublé, just on the song. So maybe it's just some separation between the author and the.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a lovely guy. I mean, why? I have no reason to think otherwise. I have literally, I do not know anything about him. I know who he is, so at least I know he's not tropical house music. No,
that's but I do think that a lot of Christmas music it's simple.
It's supposed to be that.
Yeah, just put you in a good mood and don't
There's
think
nothing
too
wrong
much
with
about
that.
it.
Yes,
yeah, so
absolutely.
For me, that's Michael Bublé's. He allows me to do that.
Cool.
There's one thing about Christmas in Britain that I totally don't understand, and that's Christmas panto. And the other day I was even trying to explain it to someone, and I think I failed. I think it's such a weird concept that, unless you've seen it, and unless you've lived in Britain for a bit, it's out of this world.
Yes.
Have you ever seen a Christmas panto?
Well, yes, but only recently. So I have actually. This panto was something I knew nothing about for about 7 years living in the UK. Mm-hmm. I had no experience of it, no understanding, zero idea of such a thing, right? Mm-hmm. And then I meet Jimmy.
Yeah.
And then his entire family has been doing panto for the last 20 years.
God. I'm holding onto my chair right now.
So I suddenly enter a panto family. So
you
then,
mean like they do it?
They're on stage because they're all actors.
They act, of course.
Yeah. So his family have been acting. Hi everyone. So they've been doing that for I think about 20 years with the local drama group. And it's big part of their lives. So I suddenly enter when they rehearse, and it's like rehearsing for 6 months or something, and then putting on a show in January. Because some Christmas pantos I know run through Christmas, but some are just after Christmas, and theirs is after Christmas. So I suddenly got to see my first ever panto, which was unique. Live, yeah.
Okay.
Unique, and I had no idea what to expect, and everything was kind of explained to me as in, like, expect this and expect that, and this is like a fun little tradition. I was just kind of just sitting there going, okay, we'll all say this now. But I don't know. I don't think I had any extreme opinions about it. As in, I knew nothing about it. It was not part of my life as a foreigner in the UK. It's something that completely passed me by. None of my friends were into it. My ex's family was not into it either. I knew nothing about it whatsoever. And then it entered my life, and I've been 3 times now to see panto live. And it's just something that I kind of go along and participate in. And I don't know.
You don't have this kind of like...
I mean, it's confusing.
What is going on?
But also, like, we have stuff like Jasełka, no? Is Jasełka? We have, like, Christmas. But it's more like Christmas plays.
But is that not reenactment of what happened during Christmas according to Bible?
Yeah, maybe. And it's also like little Christmas plays, right? So it's not exactly so abstract of...
And I mean, like, if you try, like, if you look at... You haven't seen it, and you try to understand what panto is. So you read about panto. It's bizarre. Like, I don't find any other better word to describe it, because it's it's kind of like a musical, but without the fourth wall. So the audience is involved, and like the shouting of "He's behind you."
Oh, there you go. You know your bits. Oh, okay, yeah.
And the fact that there's like this gender dropping, so like the main character is normally a female, but played by a male.
Lots of rules,
and then there's normally also a big, like, I think a dame who's played by a male.
Yeah, well done. And then the principal boy,
right?
All these names just floating around in my family now, but I don't really know. I always forget like who's who and what they do. So I kind of just go along and watch it, but I don't actually know what is dame or who's dame or what they're supposed to do. Like, it's something that passes me by.
But at the end of the day, it's also just like reenactment of a very popular story, like a Cinderella, or like what is that, Peter Pan, or like other Disney movie.
Yes, that's true.
But it's also placed in this like Christmas period. Like, it just does not make sense.
The way you...
So what's the point?
Explain it, because you're not explaining it, but the way you describe it...
Like, like when you think about
there's...
Of the rules behind it. And it's like, I just find it totally funny, Like, I know, I'm just taking the piss. Because, like, when you think of what actually goes on, it's like, okay, let's take this very famous play and just make it very confusing, complicated, add some rules... So it can qualify as a panto and plays only around Christmas. you know?
Yeah.
That's why I found, when I first found out about it, I was just thinking, I must be missing a point. Like there must be something more to it.
Yeah.
Because if it is what I'm seeing it as, it's what is the point of it?
That's actually you make a really strong case there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, and that does make a little sense.
And I've only watched one, and I gave up. I couldn't take it. It's not my type of humor. It's not my type of theatre. And it was also a panto it was amateur panto recorded by like my friends did it at high school or something. So that was my only like real experience with panto. But after that, I thought, no, I ain't gonna spend my money on going to a live panto show.
But you know what? I think it's part of it is just like we will never get it completely. I think it's part of that foreign experience of, yes, we can participate and yes, we can kind of get the gist of it and tag along. But I think it's something so deeply ingrained in your childhood memories. I think for all the adults that still go to panto and do it, it's the memories of their childhood and participating as kids and you know, and that communal experience of communities coming together, either putting it on together or just going to see them. So if you enter that world at the age of 20 something, you're not gonna get it. Like you're a lost case. You can tag along and clap along and shout, he's behind you, but it's never gonna have that magic to it. I guess that's what it thrives on. It thrives on memories and community coming together, and otherwise it's just going to be like a fun, weird show that is just happens every Christmas. But yeah, I'm kind of with you on there's nothing. Yeah, when you kind of dissect it, especially from a foreign perspective, it's like you've got nothing. You've got like I do not know how to. Yeah.
And the fact it's called panto. Like, that's a pantomime. And pantomime, my understanding of pantomime is like when there's no words spoken.
Maybe someone just got really drunk centuries ago in England and fucked all the names up. I'm sorry.
Maybe, I don't know.
With mince pies and pantomime, because you're spot on. Pantomime is the mime, right?
The miming.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, there's so many things I would just never understand, right?
Yeah. I find it utterly funny, and now that you say that Jimmy's family, your boyfriend's family, are so into it, I think I'm gonna have a conversation with him and maybe just educate myself a bit more.
Maybe we should have an episode of like someone like him explaining panto to us foreigners.
And mince pies, and the Christmas pudding, and everything.
But not chocolate pubs and pubs. Actually, no, scrap that. Pubs are not controversial. You're controversial. Pubs are not controversial. That's a great Christmas thing. Yeah. But Christmas pub, you were part of that and you enjoyed it. So you're in the Christmas pub spirit.
Yeah, I just stay away from pubs for the rest of the year.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's the best time to be in a pub anyway. Yeah. Christmas. I think we can wrap up, right?
Yeah.
Slowly.
Wow.
Christmas ramblings.
Yeah, we've just to summarize, I would like to say that even though we've laughed at so many things and traditions related to Christmas in Britain, you do have a lot of traditions. I think that's the point to take away for the British audience, that there are so many Christmas traditions that you might not even realize until you've seen it through someone else's perspective. And I think it's great to know that. And I really like the way that Christmas is celebrated in Britain. Yeah. With all its quirkiness and even the Christmas panto. I mean, like, this is what makes it
charming,
British,
yes.
Right?
I love it as well. Absolutely. Yeah. Big fan.
So I'm really looking forward to it, and we are hoping that wherever you are, whether you're spending your Christmas here in Britain or whether you've gone to see your family, or maybe you're not spending your Christmas with your family, I hope that you're having a wonderful time and that you will get that Christmassy feeling inside you, because at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. It's about feeling the Christmas inside. And we are so grateful that you've chosen to share this time with us and hear us out again, our Christmas ramblings, and that you've been part of our journey this far, this year, and we have a lot more coming for the next year, and we've got some really exciting plans that
big
we
plans,
will
yes.
that we will reveal soon. And thank you so much, and have from the bottom of my heart and from
middle of mine.
No, I'm reaching to the bottom of Anechka's heart.
Whether you're listening to Michael Bublé or tropical house music, may it be a joyful
anyway.
time spent with your beloved ones, your family and friends, and us listening to the podcast as well.
Yeah, whether you're cleaning to have a beautiful house before Christmas, or whether you're cooking with your family,
maybe you're making Christmas pudding as you're listening to this.
Maybe. Or you're watching Christmas adverts, or you're volunteering. I don't know. Maybe you're helping orangutans somewhere.
I hope that's what I genuinely hope you're doing right now. When you listen to this podcast, please adopt orangutan for us
and have a blast.
And have a blast. Have fun with it.
Have a blast. Have lovely Christmas parties and lovely Christmas.
Yeah, and we'll see you in 2020.
We will. Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be a wonderful year, and we're looking forward to sharing it with you. Definitely. Thank you so much. Lots of love. Happy Christmas, and see you in 2020. Bye.